afternoon. I'm showing you how to use the DIY kit that you purchased from Dawn Stores. I'm assuming you purchased it if you're here watching this video. I would just get a piece of paper and take the contents of the bag and just put it on the piece of paper, especially if you're working on a kitchen table, because when you're dumping the stuff out, there's pieces of moss that might get over some things. You can just sort of sort out the pieces. There's some little hingy fence post stuff. You've got some rocks, and we've got some flowers and some pretty purple moss with this one. This is an owl door. And quite a few of these little pieces, I use those to decorate and use them as a handle. Also in this bag we have little tiny birds. You can have those too. And we've got a butterfly and purple sunflower and a little piece of fence. And you're thinking, well, what do I do with all this stuff? The first thing you do is, if you're going to have your door outdoors, you need LePage's indoor-outdoor glue or Gorilla Glue. If you're going to do it in the house, you could use a glue gun, but if it's a child using it, the glue gun gets pretty hot. So what I start with when I'm doing my doors, you're going to get a piece of wood like this. It's okay if it's got some marks on it. I think it just gives it character. If you want it, you could paint your door before you start, but always make sure the glue's dry before you put other pieces on. So I would lay my piece of wood down and decide, do I want to cover that up or leave it out? I would use one of these little wood pieces for a door handle. And where I want it to go, you're going to have to glue these pieces and have it flat on the surface and let them dry before you do anything else. These pieces can be used like a door hinge would be, or you could put it on the end like this. Or if you want to go out and get sticks from the woods, you can create a door with sticks and moss, a nice plain door like this. I did a door like this with my 3-year-old granddaughter, and I sent her all the parts, and when we went to visit, we put it together. She put every little piece on the door. So once you have those parts glued on and you've let them rest a bit, then what you do is you can have your door stand up, and then you can decide, do I want the moss on here? Do I want the moss on top? I gave, with this door, a purple sunflower, so you place that there, and then I like to put the moss along the top. Or if I've decided to put something here, sometimes I put the moss in the corner. And so these would be glued on and all ready to stand up. Now with this came some little rocks and a piece of fence and some more of these little wood pieces, and then this piece. And you're probably thinking, what the heck is that? Well, sometimes the wood is a little tippy. If you're putting it somewhere, you would put glue here and glue it on the back so the door stood up. Some of my doors I put little hooks on, little triangle hooks, so they can be maybe gently nailed into a tree. And what you can do with the extra parts I've just shown you, I've just gone out and got a flat rock, and I glued my door on the rock. I put a piece of moss, and the little rocks that come with this, you could put them all across the front. You could make a path with these extra pieces that are in there. With this door over here, I was just at the beach and found a little piece of driftwood. So I put the door, I put my moss here, but you once again could put your pieces like this, or you could make a little path with the rocks. You could paint your little fence and just sit it beside your door, have it stand up like that. There's all kinds of things that you can do. With this one, I just got a stick and broke it in two and put some at the top and some at the side. It's a starter fairy door, but you can have lots of fun with it. And these little pieces here, the little flowers, you could put right on the door, or once you have your fence done, you could take, they're all wire, you could take and wrap the flower around the fence and then stick that to your door. All kinds of things. Just be creative, and maybe someday a fairy will come and visit your garden.